moly. Hello and welcome to Megan's Minute. I'm your host, Megan Lavin, and today we're going to do a fun little kitchen experiment and we're going to test out the two main dairy-free plant creams slash whipped toppings slash creamers that are on the market head to head and see which one performs better. To ensure that we have as safe as a comparison as we can, I'm going to use the same bowl, the same beater, the same measurement, and the same methods. I've always found with dairy-free creamers and even regular creamer that it works really good if you put a metal bowl and the metal beaters and the product in the freezer for 15 minutes. So I've done that. I've just brought it back in. Now let's pour it and let's get to whipping. You can already tell that some of this is globbier. It's kind of thicker. Some comes out a little watery and some comes out more thick. So I'm already not loving the consistency, and I find that tends to be the case with coconut type products because of the fat content. Let's give it a whirl. We're going to try it anyways. I'll be sure to stir this and whip it good. I found with whipped cream that you can either use it in recipes like my Tuscan chicken and use it in more savory applications, or you can whip it as part of the recipe if it calls for that, or you can use it just to make like a whipped topping like on my crepes. So you can add powdered sugar and a little vanilla, and it makes it a really sweet dollop like you used to have back in the day when you could have dairy. Let's give this a whirl. I'm going to start on slow and then work my way up to full speed. I'll flip this silk carton over and let you guys take a look at the ingredients to see if it works for your diet. Okay, whipping is done, and as you can see, it almost looks a little granular, a little chunky, a little grainy. I mean, it is hanging off. It's not like liquid where it's falling off, but I definitely don't love the look of that texture as much. Let's try a taste. It definitely has more of a coconut aftertaste, which I've never been a coconut fan, and that's always been my number one beef, is that by being dairy-free, I'm forced to eat a lot of things that have a coconut aftertaste. So, not my favorite. Let's try scooping it out and see how it works by putting it into a bowl. As you can see, it's in the bottom there. And I'm going to put the silk one and the gray. It definitely kind of is a heavier look and feel to it. It's pretty like plop in the bowl. And I'll show you. It's kind of just looking more creamy-esque. I'd almost say like a sour cream, if you remember what sour cream regular looks like. It's pretty thick and heavy in there. So let's go try the other one now. I'm going to put this in the fridge to keep it cool so we can compare apples to apples. I'm going to also wash the bowl. Oh, look at that. It's fallen down. Do you see that? Didn't stay up at the top. I'm going to wash these to make sure there's no residue and there's no cross-contacting the product so we can get a true picture of the country crock next. Okay, it's been 15 minutes. I've had this, my bowl, and my beaters in the freezer. So now we're going to try and whip up the country crock. I'm going to use the same measurement so we can really compare apples to apples. So I'm going to pour 1 cup and see how this whips up. You ready? Here we go. Make sure to get all that goodness in there. And let's start like last time on low, and then we'll move it up to fast. Now while that's whipping, I'm going to show you the back so you can look and see if it works for your diet. Okay, let's lift this up. Oh, I can already tell a huge difference. It doesn't look grainy. Let's pull this off of here. That is way more smooth. Look at that. Smooth. Look at this. Just like traditional whipped cream. It's got stiff peaks. I can set it in there and it comes out thick. Let's try a taste. And look at that. It just stays on my finger. It's not going anywhere. I'll admit, neither of these taste great by themselves. They both, if you're going to serve it, you're going to need to do powdered sugar and vanilla. But this tastes a lot more like actual heavy whipping cream. that I've, had before my son was diagnosed. Let's see how it pours into the bowl. I mean, look at this. You can put the whole bowl upside down. It's very cloud-like. And it stays like that. It doesn't go and just kind of splatter in the bowl like the last one did, where it didn't hold its shape. It just kind of fell heavy into the bowl. I mean, look at that. Let me go get the other bowl. Look at this. Above the rim, just a little in the bottom. Both used 1 cup. To me, the difference is clear. I would definitely use the Country Crock for sweet applications. And I love it so much. So I use it in like my lemon cream pie, my cherry cheesecake. But if I had like savory applications, I wouldn't mind using the Silk. And I want to say this. I still have much love for Silk, and I'm so grateful that we have even things to compare to. I have been in this dairy-free game for over a decade, and even just the fact that, like, different things for different people, right? Like, there might be something in this Country Crock that's not going to work for you. And guess what? It's better to have something than nothing. I still would say that this is probably better than just trying to use the canned full-fat coconut milk, which was really all we had back in the day. So I'm still grateful that there's Silk, and I would use it in my Tuscan chicken, knowing that there's going to be a little aftertaste. But some people like the taste of coconut. So I'm always grateful when brands take the time, invest, put out a product for the allergy community, because everyone has different tastes, everyone has different palates, everyone has different dietary needs, and sometimes you can't even find. Like my Walmart is what sells this, and sometimes it's out for like weeks at a time. I don't know if it's just because everyone's loving it or what. And in those cases, I've used Silk. I've been glad that there's that option. Silk for me is not sold at my Walmart. It's sold at my Albertsons, which is a little bit more of a pain to get to. But again, I'm just always so grateful that I have options. I hope that this is helpful, kind of seeing these side by side, seeing what they do, seeing how they look. And this has been different. Usually, for Megan's Minute, you sit at my kitchen table with me and we discuss topics like finding a babysitter or how to handle difficult family. But every once in a while, it's fun to get in here and switch it up. I do have some recipes with Allergic Living, or you can find them all on my site to work with these ingredients. Either way, we'll see you next time. And until then, don't forget, I've got tons of videos on both Allergic Living's YouTube channel and their Instagram, and hopefully those will help you. We'll see you next time. Bye.